men are not stupid. They are blind. They spend hours crafting the perfect message. They rehearse what to say before a date. They notice when she goes cold, and they immediately try to fix it. They explain. They apologize. They try harder. And every single time they do that, they lose. Not because she is cruel, not because she is playing games for fun, but because she is running a test. A test you were never taught about. A test that happens in real time, right now, in your conversations, on your dates, in the silence between your messages. And here is the brutal truth. Most men fail these tests before they even realize the test has started. This video is not about tricks. It is not about manipulation. It is about understanding a deep psychological reality, one that determines whether a woman sees you as a man she respects or just a man she keeps around for comfort. By the end of this, you will not just recognize the tests. You will know exactly what to do when they come. And more importantly, you will understand what it means to have real influence. Not the kind that begs for her attention, the kind that quietly makes her align with your world. Let's get into it. The respect equation. Listen, before she can feel anything deep for you, before attachment, before love, before loyalty, there must be respect. Respect is not given, it is sensed. She does not sit down and think, I will respect this man today. It happens below conscious thought. It happens in micro moments. The way you respond when she pushes back. The way you hold your frame when she goes silent. The way you do not collapse when she tests your confidence. Most men have it backwards. They think, if I show her how much I care, she will respect me. Wrong. Completely wrong. Caring without groundedness reads as neediness, and neediness is the single fastest way to destroy respect. When she senses that your emotional state depends on her reaction, you have already lost the frame. Here is the equation. Respect comes before attachment, always in that order, never reversed. Why she tests you? The real reason. Bro, she is not testing you because she is cruel. She is testing you because she is wired to. Think about it. A woman needs to know, can this man hold his ground under pressure? Will he collapse when things get hard? Is his confidence real, or is it a performance that breaks the moment she pushes on it? So she tests. Sometimes it is direct. Why haven't you texted me back? Sometimes it is subtle. She goes cold, without explanation. She disagrees with something you said, not because she truly disagrees, but to see how you handle it. She cancels plans last minute. She flirts with ambiguity. These are not attacks, these are calibrations. She is measuring your emotional temperature. She is checking. Does this man stay grounded, or does he start scrambling to fix things, to explain himself, to seek reassurance? The man who scrambles, she loses respect for him, not cruelly, naturally. The man who stays calm, who does not over-explain, who holds his ground with quiet confidence, she leans in, every time staying grounded, what it actually looks like. Groundedness is not arrogance, it is not coldness, it is not playing games. It is this. Your internal state does not depend on her approval in this moment. When she goes cold, you do not panic. You continue with your day. You do not send 3 follow-up messages asking if everything is okay. You trust yourself enough to give her space. When she disagrees with you, you do not immediately fold to avoid conflict. You engage with her perspective calmly, but you do not abandon your own. You say, I see it differently, and you mean it. When she tests your reaction with a playful provocation, you smile. You do not take the bait. You do not get defensive. You respond from a place of security, not anxiety. This is what women mean when they describe a man as having presence. It is not about looks. It is not about status. It is about the feeling that this man is not rattled by her emotional weather. The influence signals. How you know it is working. Here is something most men never notice. When you are building real influence, she starts showing you signs, subtle signs. She begins referencing things you said in earlier conversations. She uses your phrases. She starts asking your opinion on things that matter to her. Her tone changes when she talks to you. It softens. It slows down. It becomes more deliberate. This is alignment. This is what real influence looks like. Not her chasing you desperately, but her unconsciously orienting toward your perspective. And here is what triggers this alignment. Your consistency, your refusal to over-explain, your willingness to lead without asking for permission to lead. You do not respond to every message in 0.2 seconds as if you were waiting by the phone. You do not compliment her appearance every single time you see her. You have a life, a rhythm, a routine that exists independently of her. And paradoxically, that independence is exactly what draws her closer. VS wrong. Real scenarios. Scenario 1. She sends a short, cold, one-word reply after a great conversation yesterday. Wrong move. Hey, is everything okay? Did I say something wrong? Just let me know if you want to talk. This is over-explaining before she even asks for an explanation. This is seeking reassurance. This signals that her mood controls your emotional state. Respect drops immediately. Right move. You do not respond for a few hours. Then you send something casual and completely unrelated to her mood. A funny observation, a genuine question about something you were curious about. You do not acknowledge the coldness. You do not reward it with anxiety. She feels it. She recalibrates. She comes back warmer. Scenario 2. On a date, she challenges your opinion on something. Wrong move. Yeah, you are right actually. I was probably wrong about that. Said only to avoid tension. This signals that her approval matters more than your own perspective. She loses respect in real time. Right move. That is an interesting way to see it. I still think differently, and here is why. Calm, direct, zero defensiveness. She does not need you to agree. She needs you to be real. A man who can hold a position without hostility is magnetic. Outro. Here is what I want you to take from this. You do not need to perform confidence. You do not need to memorize lines. You do not need to manufacture mystery. You need to be genuinely grounded. You need to stop making her emotional state the center of your universe. You need to trust that the right energy, calm, consistent, clear, does more than any tactic ever could. Stop rushing, stop over-explaining, stop waiting for her approval before you move. Lead quietly. Hold your frame. Let her come to you, not because you manipulated her into it, but because you became a man worth coming to. The men she never forgets are not the ones who tried the hardest. They are the ones who needed her the least and chose her anyway.